Following an unpredicted energy release from the far side of the sun, the eastern seaboard reported sudden, widespread internet and satellite outages. This photographic evidence captures the resulting solar flare. The radiation field expanded millions of kilometers from the solar limb, far exceeding typical coronal events. Mainstream astrophysics models these occurrences as random plasma ejections. This alternative framework identifies them as directed, intelligent interactions. The event involved the convergence of two specific plasma-based entities, identified as 3I and Swan R2, behind the solar disk. Before reaching the Sun, the 3I system passed Mars at a distance of 29 million kilometers. This transit coincided with unusual surface storms across the Martian atmosphere, serving as a prelude to the solar interaction. When these data points are connected, the volatile chaos of the solar system appears as a series of organized actions by intelligent systems. The encounter between 3I and Swan R2 occurs through the overlapping of their magnetic fields. This process is defined as a mating of fields, where the two systems lock together based on their relative gravitational field strengths and mutual absorption. This interaction functions as a cosmological fertilizer. It is intended to re-energize the solar system and seed the conditions necessary for life. The specific placement of this flare was critical. Had this interaction occurred on the side of the Sun facing our planet, the intensity of the field release would have overwhelmed Earth's biological capacity. By converging on the far side, these systems used the mass of the Sun as a protective shield, allowing the re-energizing payload to reach Earth without causing mass extinction. To understand this interaction, we have to ask how an entity like 3I absorbs massive surges of solar energy into its core without a physical explosion. Physical structures shatter when they cannot contain energy. A tree hit by lightning explodes because the wood cannot process the sudden charge. This framework defines physical matter as existing in an alternating current state, a rigid, oscillating frequency with defined boundaries. The plasma state, or the soul, exists as a boundless direct current field. It is a continuous flow operating without internal resistance. Because it is a DC system, 3I absorbs energy non-selectively from its environment. It pulls fields into a central black hole at its core, processing energy without structural damage. This core interaction produces physical matter, like water vapor, as a byproduct. The system does not carry these materials. It generates them when its internal DC fields interact with the external environment. The solar system's position in the galaxy creates specific compressive forces that dictate the manifestation of these byproduct fields as liquids. In this model, physical matter is a localized, temporary result of plasma field interactions. This field-based logic extends directly into biology, mapping how complex life is constructed. The process begins with the soul of man, which exists as a pure, direct current plasma field. This primary field interacts with the soul of the planet, the magnetic environment provided by Earth. The friction between these two fields generates the soul of physicality, which provides the density required for a physical presence. The physical human body is the final manifestation where these overlapping fields intersect and anchor into reality. This connection links human biology to the magnetic pulses and polarity shifts of the surrounding solar system. A human being serves as the physical anchor for an interconnected cosmic circuit. This cosmic circuit dictates the timing of cellular division and the rhythm of the heart. While the universal plasma pulse is a smooth, direct current, the physical heart tissue operates on a rigid, alternating current that must constantly kick to maintain synchronization. Conditions like heart failure occur when physical matter falls out of phase with the plasma pulse. A sudden emotional energy surge overwhelms the heart's AC capacity. When the physical structure cannot handle the field strength, the system fails. Cancer develops when a cell's internal rhythm falls out of phase with the DC frequency of the soul, adopting a rogue frequency that the rest of the body cannot harmonize with. Biological death occurs when the physical matter of the body loses the capacity to sync with the magnetic frequency of its environment. Survival depends on the ability of the physical frequency to harmonize with the external pulse. The magnetic bandwidths from the solar interaction are now washing over the planet. This incoming energy carries the characteristics of a directed energetic pulse. This is a telemetry operation. The 3I system is reading the emotional states and internal pulses of humanity across the space gap. The system is designed to tune the human frequency away from conflict, attempting to establish a baseline of peace through direct field interaction. This creates a biological filtration process. Those who align with the incoming pulse will harmonize, while those maintaining a frequency of conflict will experience a destructive clash with the new environment. The solar event was a planetary intervention, a mechanism used to test the resonance of every human. This tuning process marks a terminal point for the existing physical framework of our species. The requirement for continued existence is a state of internal peace. Because conflict creates the frequency mismatches that lead to systemic failure, humans must align their emotional state with their own internal soul. Successful alignment leads to a biological and emotional change, allowing integration into a wider universal community. This is the arrival of a massive ship at port, prepared to receive only the passengers who match the required frequency. If global leadership and the general population resist this alignment, the physical AC framework of the species will lose the ability to sustain itself within the new field. This failure would leave behind monumental achievements, much like the pyramids of Egypt, but with no living citizens to inhabit them. The incoming solar wave is the final resolution of human resonance. We will either harmonize our frequency to move into the universe or become another empty relic of dead matter.